What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Cadillac on Mars. Last month was interesting because it was just me and T, and then I think I'm just maybe hitting a quota or something because this month now it's just me and Delvin. So apparently there's some black on black warfare right now that we can't have at the same time.
It's crazy because it's been just the experience where it's either one of us on each other's shows. Not all of us. Like
No.
he was on my show, which is coming out soon.
Uh-huh.
Then we have Cadillac, which is T, and now we're gonna have Cadillac, which is me.
Yeah.
So
Right now, this we're like the three-man Voltron, the one that stacked up, where it was like the three robots, except we
Yes.
can't get our shit together. So right there, we're just two.
I was gonna say the nerdiest shit in the world that only I and maybe like Dev would probably get.
What's that?
But there was this anime series called Ronin Warriors.
Uh-huh.
And in the first season, it's fucking dope. It's literally like kind of like Voltron, but they don't have lions. They just have like the suits and stuff, and they're fighting other samurais in this cool ass futuristic body armor. But in the first like half of the series, all the Ronin warriors get separated. So each episode is like trying to get them all back together so they can take out the big bad guy. It's a dope show.
So like it would be one looking for him, and then next episode, two guys together, they're looking for the third, so on and so forth.
Exactly.
When did that come out? Because like it sounds familiar, but I also think I'm confusing it because wasn't there like a King Arthur show where they had like mech suits?
King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. That was a 90s show.
Okay. When did the Ronin one come out?
I want to say 1980.
Oh shoot. Way early, huh? Damn.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Okay.
I think it's called Samurai Troopers in Japan.
Oh, was it live action?
Anime.
Oh, that's right. You did say anime.
It's on Blu-ray. Yeah, it's called Legendary Armored Samurai Troopers in Japan. In America, it's called Ronin Warriors. But I'm trying to see when it came out. 1988.
I'm looking it up right now.
Dope ass anime.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see where I can stream some episodes. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. I never watched it, but Tubi. These characters are familiar.
I think it's on Tubi.
Yeah, but is it the right version that's on Tubi?
Yes, I think so. I think it is the correct version on Tubi. It's not the version that's made by Black entrepreneurs.
Right, exactly.
with the $20 budget.
Yeah, where they're like, I finna Ronin up in these guts. And you're like, wait, what? That's not how this show goes. That's not what this is.
Let me tell you something about Tubi. Tubi is one of the best and worst sites.
Yeah.
I mean, it is fantastic.
I've only seen like what you guys have shared, and I'm just like, this is for wild boys. Like,
I love Tubi. Tubi's fantastic. Tubi
bananas. Tubi is like going to the swap meet. Where you're just
it almost is like the flea market of like video content servers because like on one hand, you have all the Transformers cartoons. You have all of like all the 80 cartoons that you loved as a kid is on Tubi. Like Denver the Last Dinosaur, the Mario Brothers cartoon show, the Cops cartoon show. Everything is on Tubi. But on the other hand, you have these weird like independent movies that look like they've been made for like $35. That's just there that you can just watch and apparently it's not hard to like put a movie on Tubi. You just have to make it.
Yeah.
Just put it on there.
It's like it's like early YouTube where they're just like, yeah, fuck it. Put it on.
Fuck it. We'll take it.
People
watch it. They watch it.
Yeah. Because they are like beyond the worst Tyler Perry movie.
Yes. By far. They make Tyler Perry movies look like
Scorsese.
like the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. Just like wow, this is diabolical. This is amazing.
That's kind of how Tubi is. I love it though. Tubi's great, man. It's a
I
fantastic
I gotta spend time. But I'll definitely look up this show on there because I'm super interested. But
Alf's on there too, by the way.
What is?
Alf,
Oh shit.
and Small Wonder, if I remember correctly.
Small Wonder. That was really like a classic moment in like TV where it was all these there were a lot of weird fucking shows at the time. Because you had like Alf, you had Small Wonder, you had Homegirl who was like half alien. Remember she talked to the cube?
Yes, I
Uh,
remember that.
um, it was just a lot of weird shows like that where it was just like they just let shit fly. They were like, all right, we'll see, maybe. I remember there was a show on I think it might have been like ABC, and it was just called Pilot because all they would do was like every Friday for like before TGIF and stuff like that, and they would just show pilots, like pilots of TV shows. And basically, if they were strong enough, then it might turn into something. But it wasn't like an actual competition that like how we know shows now.
That
It
is a
was
great
just like
idea, by the way.
it was just like, oh shit, a lot of people watch this one pilot. Fuck it, let's try it again. Let's see something else. And man, I just saw some of the wildest shows on there. It was like crazy.
That is a fantastic idea. I like that idea.
Yeah, man, give him a try. Give him a try.
Also, I've always thought like TV shows, because a lot of TV shows have like pilot episodes before they come out. You know this, Chaufie.
Yeah.
And some of those pilot episodes don't get aired.
Yep.
I've always been like,
they'll make them not only a pilot, they will make like a half to full season and be like, yeah, I never saw light of day.
yeah, just I'm always for like, hey, just put it out there, let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go, let the people see it, and maybe people will catch on.
Yeah, my stick.
I don't know if you remember this. Originally, the Deadpool movie,
Uh-huh.
it got you remember when it got canceled when it wasn't supposed to come out?
Yes.
And then the director kind of like teased and released the like some like the footage from it and stuff like that. He leaked it.
Yes, I definitely do.
And then it picked up.
Yeah.
Man, you got to do it. I think they tried to do the same thing with the Donald Glover one. Because Donald, I don't know if people know this, Donald Glover was making a Deadpool cartoon show.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like big news for a while, and then it just like never happened.
Yeah. I was excited for that.
Yeah, that would have been really good. Did you ever watch I think he just produced it, but did you ever watch I think it was called Swarm?
I have not. I heard it was excellent.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I really was like super interested in it. But just never I think I watched maybe just like the opening. I liked the sort of tone of what I had seen. But then it was early in the evening, and within the first like 5 minutes, they were clapping cheeks real hard. So I was like, okay, I gotta watch this later.
Oh, that happened to me recently. Not
Okay.
well, clapping cheeks happened to me too, but
Yeah,
I wasn't talking about that.
I was like, whoa, this.
I was referring to like watching a movie and not knowing that a sex scene is coming up, and it's like in broad daylight, and like your family's there.
Yeah.
So
Now you feel like you're some type of fucking weirdo.
I had to turn it off.
Oh, dang.
This happened to me twice, but this happened to me this week because we're getting ready to do Decade of Horror on PSVG. And Donnie Kent was like, hey, you want to be a part of it? Like, sure, I love Decade of Horror. That's one of my favorite things for PSVG.
Yeah.
And plus, I've been watching like horror movies all year, like subconsciously just watching them. Not like knowing I was going to be on the show, but I've been watching a whole bunch of stuff. So I bought one called The Infinity something. I can't remember the name of it. Infinity Pool. That's what it's called. Infinity Pool. So I said, you know what? So if we're going to start recording Decade of Horror, let me watch this right now and start getting into it so I can get the story, so I can talk about it on Decade of Horror.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to watch it. It's interesting so far. Interesting. 30 minutes into it, one of the characters starts giving another character a hand job. Like, oh, no, cannot be watching this.
Yeah.
Like, at all. This is a no-go.
Yeah.
It is always
you're like,
those
I'm
scenes
not
happen.
this dude that's just watching stuff out in public. Like, hey, look at this.
Yeah, and it's always like when like people are getting ready to come in the living room.
Yeah,
so
well,
they
you was
like,
about to come in the living room easy. Pause.
So they can just like, they just happen to walk in and this guy getting jerked off. Like, oh no, this is not that type of movie.
Man, they're about to call CPS on your house. They're like, look at this guy.
Like, no. Like they should have did the Blueface.
Damn, for real.
That dude's wild.
Yeah, he is. Him and his Krishan. They're there.
Did you hear what happened today?
No, what happened today?
Don't look this up, people. Do not look this up. For Christ's sakes. He said he was hacked.
Uh-huh.
I think it's bullshit. I think he's bullshitting. I think he fucked up and he doesn't want to take responsibility for it because he will go to jail.
Okay.
What happened was early this morning, I guess like around, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that, he puts out all these posts about how, what the girl is, Crissle, whatever her name is.
Oh, Krishan, I think it's
Krishan or something like that, isn't taking care of their baby and she's irresponsible and she doesn't do what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that the baby has a hernia and she hasn't taken the baby to the doctor for the hernia, the newborn baby.
Yeah.
And then he posts a picture of the hernia and the baby's penis.
Dang. Can't just be posting your kid up like that.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm correct, they suspended his account because of course, because obviously that's CP. You can't do that.
Nope.
And then I think he just got it back and he said that he lost his phone. He got hacked.
Yeah. No, you didn't, dummy. You are that stupid.
Like, you're just that
we've
stupid.
already seen your antics online. Like, nah, you did that. You did that.
You 100% did that. That's that bull. Like, I can't imagine like being that stupid to do something like that. Because if you read the thing, it's him calling the girl a bad mother and saying that he's trying to like get the kid taken care of, and this is why I want to get the kid taken care of because the kid has a hernia.
Well, I know that's been a story lately too. Like I actually saw it somewhere else where they were talking about her like basically being neglectful, and he hasn't been like he's kind of been avoiding the situation because then like because she beats his ass. Like
that too. There's that.
And so he's like, I don't know if I want like I need to get involved, but I don't know how to get involved. And I was like, damn, that's nuts.
I'm gonna keep it 100. These are terrible people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how these people get famous. I don't understand it. Like, dude, I'm starting to feel like we're just prone to like and like popularize people who are just pieces of shit.
Yeah. No,
but
it's just because it's like the train wreck stuff. Speaking of train wrecks too, I don't know if you saw because this was a wild headline that had me like, wait, I gotta click the link, and then I understood what they were saying. But the headline goes, Chris Brown sued for $2 million over unpaid Popeye's chicken loan.
I saw that.
Okay, so in my mind, I was like, damn, you can get a Popeye's tab? Like
I thought the same thing. And somebody was like, no, stupid. That's not what happened.
I mean, that's the way it reads. Like,
that's exactly how it read. Like, how the fuck he get a Popeye's tab for $2
and then
mil?
The fact that it's Chris Brown, I'd be like, yeah, he would do some wild shit like that where he'd be like, no, just listen, just give me the Popeyes.
Give me a chicken.
I'm going to have a big party. Yeah, it's probably a week long, so I'm probably going to need like $2 million in like Popeye's chicken. Big order, don't pay for it. But then I felt like a fucking idiot because I was like, oh yeah. No, he was gonna buy I believe a Popeyes.
He was gonna franchise 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them, and then he like never went through and basically just sat on the money or something like that. But the headline though, it had me thinking. I was
terrible headline.
Yeah, terrible. And all the news outlets use the same fucking headline. Chris Brown sued for $2 million over unpaid Popeye's chicken loan. I was like, damn, that fucked me up. I felt like an idiot. I was like,
damn, like we can go out there to Popeyes and get loans. I know it's a black restaurant, but damn.
Yeah.
They doing payroll advances.
I was like, you know what? This was a trap to be like, oh, if you thought it was to get chicken, you're racist. Like, so,
Popeyes out here doing payroll advances.
They're out here trolling. They're like, did you think this was to get chicken? Yes, I did. You're racist. So I don't know. These guys out here, they're just doing dumb shit though. But yeah, I don't know. But what's been up with you aside from watching fucking horror porn in front of your family?
Oh man, I've been too goddamn busy.
Yeah.
Like incredibly busy. Like every day. Last week I was on a pod. It's like I came back to podcast and everybody's like, "Well, we need to have him on every
Yeah.
podcast now." Like I'm the
You need
I
to make
guess
up
I'm the
for lost
co-host
time.
of Shaq.
Mhm.
I don't know how that happened. The co-host of Shaq. I like I said, this week I'm doing a decade of horror. I'm on PSVG. I still gotta report PSXP.
Mhm.
It's a lot, man. I'm like every day this week I've been recording a podcast,
Mhm.
and it's draining. And then on top of that, in terms of the house, we
Mhm.
had a situation where the roof was leaking,
Oh shit.
and it caused the kitchen wall to cave in.
Fuck.
So I've been fixing that.
So had it been leaking? So I'm assuming it must have been leaking for a bit before you noticed if it was leaking on the inside and then
Exactly.
deteriorated it.
Exactly. It was leaking on the, actually, no, it wasn't leaking that long. The problem was what happened was it's been raining so much.
Oh.
It started and it was, I guess the leak was bad enough where it started pouring down.
Okay.
And it softened that area. So when I touched the wall, like, boom, it just crumbled.
You're just like, oh fuck, this is not a wall. It's like paper mache.
Yes. Exactly.
That's fucked up. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, so I'm trying to fix that and sort that mess out. But otherwise, then everything's okay. Just been busy. Oh, yeah, I've just been busy, man. That's all.
Yeah. Did so who's fixing the wall? Like, are you trying to figure it out or do you have someone coming?
I'm fixing the wall. They fixed the roof leak.
Uh-huh.
So I already got the things to fix the wall. I've been plastering. I had put the
I figure
sheetrock
with the
up.
wall, it should theoretically be like fairly easy because you just cut the space, patch it up, right?
Cut the space, patch it up, and yeah, just seal it off. Really, that's what I've been doing. But still a process. You have to get rid of all that old plaster.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the
You
thing.
got to clean it up nicely, make sure it's nice and dry so you don't get your mold up in there.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
part. Take out that old wood that's kind of like dry rotted because of the rain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we I know it's been a while back, but since you weren't here on the last episode, you got your transformer.
Yes, it did.
Just tell me about it. Walk me through.
It's dope. I love it.
Which one did you get after all?
Optimus Prime. I got the 80s Optimus Prime version of it.
Okay.
When did it come?
Oh, 6 weeks now, no?
Like 6 weeks now. Yeah, it came when it came in. It came in. I think it came in on time in this big giant box. And people are on my Patreon. They can watch the video of me opening it.
Uh-huh.
It's super cool. I love it. It's super cool.
Nice.
Like I said, I've been so busy. I haven't had much time to play with it.
Uh-huh.
But you can kind of I can do voice commands, or I can take my phone and make it transform, and it's so much stuff that you can kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great, man. It's like a dream come true, honestly speaking. Like, this is something that as a kid me would have always wanted something like this. And the fact that I have this now is just amazing.
This would have been like the apex toy. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. So when are you getting Grimlock?
Oh, I'm not getting that.
Black Friday?
Probably.
Yeah. Because I'm like,
I might get Bumblebee.
Because I'm like, he's lying to my face. You get a good coupon. You're getting that bitch. Stop it. It's happening. Now, but Bumblebee was like significantly cheaper because I remember you were thinking, because you could get both of those for less than the Grimlock or something like that.
Yeah. My girlfriend was like, because when I showed her Optimus Prime, she's like, I can just buy you one of those for Christmas. Like,
you showed her Optimus Prime, she was like, we're broken. We're not together anymore.
I told her that's my thing. Like, I'm like, I like Transformers. I like toys and stuff. She's like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, all right.
She's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go get my bag. My phone's ringing over there. You're like, it's in your hand. She's, yeah, I mean, I gotta go right now. No, but that's tight, man. I'm glad you picked that up because I know at that time it was just like, well, wait till you listen to the next So Tell Me. But at that time, it was a different level of things going on in the house.
Yes.
That was like, oh shit, that's crazy. And then from what I know now, that wasn't crazy.
No,
It
no,
hit
yeah,
a new level. Like what the
it's
fuck?
it's like it hit Thanos level. It got really bad, and now it's better now. But
Yeah. Shit's
just
just is.
yeah, that's
That
perfect way
is
of describing it.
that is the life of Delvin.
Very much so.
For sure. Now, my end, there's been it's kind of been like uh one, everything's been really good lately. Like the school year has been is still continues to be really, really positive. Um, things are things are kind of like my school never really got a lot of recognition. And so we recently had like another school district visit because they were kind of in a position where they were like, we got a lot of low income kids, we got a lot of kids who were like new to the country or don't are second language learners. So we're not going to do this, or we're not going to do that, or we're not going to try this thing. And so then whoever like kind of runs their departments in their district was like, there's a school over here that someone told me about. Let's go see what they do. That happened to be my school because we've been like from like the get-go, we've been on fire. We basically picked up where we left off. Like when we looked at district data, I don't know if I mentioned this last time. Even though we're still low performing as a school, we outperformed in growth. So we had grade levels who had shown like 110% growth, like over 100 consistently because we were passing grade levels and more. Like we were really working with the kids. And so we do like small groups all over the place. We have people pushing kids into the classroom, taking kids out of the classroom, group, data. Like we're fucking cooking. My people are working hard. And so this other district came and they were supposed to bring like 8 people. The first time around, they ended up bringing like 20. And
Wow.
then and that was the Friday before last because someone had told someone like, listen, as many people as we can bring, we're going to rent a bus. Let's get people on the bus. And the note that I got back from a lot of them was like, I came to your school wanting to criticize it and say, yeah, they can't do it, or they probably did all these amazing things to get here. But they left going, oh shit, this is easy. We can do this. So they were like, you're doing simple stuff, but you're doing it effectively and you're just doing it consistently. Now I can put the posters up. Now I can put the cards up. Now I know how to do the groups. And they're like, and it's not fucking crazy. And so that was really motivating for my staff because they were like, all we wanted was for someone to just acknowledge that we're working hard and we're successful. And this other district was just like, fuck, if you guys can do it, shit, we can do it. And then they came back again this past Friday with a whole group of people, but this time like 30 people because the word got out in the district where they were like, yeah, we got to send motherfuckers to the school. So another bus comes on down, came this last Friday, a whole new group of people, and they were on fire too. Like there was one lady who was like, she was kind of being like real fucking rude when I was like introducing and just kind of like and making faces and like nodding her head. And then once it was done, she's like, I thought you were just kind of hyping us up. She's like, but you guys are the real deal. She's like, I got nothing but respect for your school because she's like, it wasn't playing around. She's like, it was just good, intentional, direct teaching. She's like, really made me question how I'm teaching and how I'm treating these kids. She's like, I need to make a change. She's like, and I can do it. And I was like, fucking wrapped. So like that's been really good. We've just been kind of keeping this like wave, which also for me kind of just has been keeping me in a good headspace, because then it's just like the last couple of years have just been the fucking worst. So this has been like a really big positive. And then just on the home life, like we went to Lucy started middle school and I'm super happy for her because she stressed out in the beginning where she was like, I don't know if I can do this. This is it's just new. It's scary. She didn't want to do it. But then she realized she kind of knew more people than she thought she did. She made friends real quick. She decided to try out for the cheer team and which was not her thing at all. She was just like, wow, like, well, this is crazy. She didn't make the team, which was a bummer, but that first day that she found out, she was super sad about it. But then after that, she was just like, I didn't know it was something I was gonna like, but here we are. So that was
The cheer thing, she kind of dug it.
yeah, she did. And I think it's just more of like something fun to do. She does like to dance, she does like to move. And I think just the sort of she really likes the socializing, like the camaraderie.
Okay, let me ask a question
Yeah.
because I know they had it down here. My kids took it. They don't have dance.
Well, yeah, that's a word like there are various dance groups or like tumbling groups and like cheer groups. Personally, I would only want her to do cheer if it was involved in the school because outside cheer, man, that's like fucking little league baseball. You be traveling all over the place, practicing all
Wait,
over.
well, let me rephrase that. I mean, like inside the school, they don't have like dance because I know when my kids was in school. What grade Lucy's in now again?
She's in sixth grade.
Yeah, when my kids was in school, they had like an after school program that was on site of the school
Oh yeah, so
where you could take like dance class.
I don't know if this school will do that. I know different schools in Long Beach will do different programs, but I don't know if hers will. Like she's also doing chorus, but that's one of the classes that's like in her school day. But I know a friend of hers who goes to a different middle school has like different sort of classes and programs as well. So we're just kind of letting her ride the wave on that of like kind of being interested in it, but at the same time, it's going to get really busy for her because she's doing her folklorical dancing and she's going to have a major performance coming up like the weekend after next. So she's going to be getting into that like rehearsal week where her nights are going to get real busy. Um so but like I said, I'm happy for her. I think she's really doing her best. I think she's really trying hard. Sorry, I got a cough. Just so
You're
you
allowed to
know,
cough. It's okay.
yeah, I'll do
We're
whatever
at
I
that
want.
age now. We're gonna just cough.
It just is. It just is.
It's not gonna.
But what was I gonna say? So she's been doing well. She's been doing really well. She's been really, really independent. Like our school's close to the house. So she's been trying to like, walk part way or meet some friends. Just kind of it's like it's nice, but it's also like, whoa, she is growing up very fast. You
Yeah,
know,
that means you're
like
getting old, brother.
yeah, I mean that's no doubt about it. I'll be dead in 2 weeks, as far as I know.
No, that's not fine. I don't find that amusing, sir.
But no, but it's just, like seeing her become, when I say fast, I mean it's like she's becoming independent, you know. She's trying to figure herself out. She's trying to like just she still needs our help, but she's also trying to like learn about things on her own, which is like really neat. Whereas,
Yeah,
like, when they're little, you got to make all the phone calls and you got to drive them to the things where she's like, let me just see what's up.
oh yeah. Don't worry. Wait till she gets to 8th grade.
Yeah, this could be a
Yeah,
fucking mess, man.
yeah. I already know.
And then Gavin with his high school, he's been doing well, but he's already sick again. He's just, this guy gets fucking knocked out. But he also eats fucking garbage all the time too. So
Well, there you go.
he ain't keeping himself healthy. Also, this motherfucker don't sleep ever. Well, let me just go back to, and I'm sure I've said this many times. But even as a baby, he never slept. Like his sleep patterns are the fucking worst. So with like terrible sleeping and like terrible eating, he's just I think he's grinding himself down. But he
Let me
is
ask you a
pretty
question
happy. Yeah.
because this is important because my son has that same problem where he doesn't.
Mhm.
He eats terrible, of course, and
Mhm.
he has terrible sleeping habits.
Is your son also an ass all the time?
Yes, pretty much,
Okay. All right.
without question.
3 for 3.
3 for 3. He,
Yeah.
he is him and Gavin would get along great.
Yeah, exactly.
And he
What were you
likes
gonna
hip hop,
ask?
so there you go.
Done. Done. But you were gonna ask me something about that.
Have you tried melatonin?
Oh yeah. Nah, this fucking kid's sleep will bust through melatonin. Like melatonin don't do nothing. He's like I said, he's been sick. We took NyQuil. I didn't do shit. Zero.
Yeah, because we tried it with Delvin a little bit, and it worked for a little bit, but I
Yeah.
think my son doesn't know how to do things halfway.
Yeah.
That's why, Lord, help him. Please, Lord, don't
Yeah.
let my son get a hold of drugs.
It's
Because I
gonna be a
swear
wrap.
he will become a straight crack addict. Like yo, like hey, son, take like one of these melatonin. He takes 5. Like, oh
yeah, you're like, what are you
just
doing?
one, dude. What are you doing? No. You can't take the whole pack.
Yeah.
Like in one day.
You're like, listen, I could never, I can't let you out of this house.
Yeah.
You're going to have your first sip or your first puff. It's a done deal.
Yeah, you gonna be out here a wino.
Yeah, no.
Don't have any self-control.
Yeah. They still call them winos? Fucking dick. Old man, fucking grandpa ass motherfucker.
Just right on the corner of Burger King asking for change.
Damn, you about to say hobo?
Yeah, I'm not saying that word anymore. It's too close to the other word.
Oh yeah, you had to switch it. Whoa.
I got that word out of my vernacular quick. I don't want y'all thinking I said anything else. So that word
with a B. With a B.
Yes. I'm not trying to pull a Mike Fowler.
Zero.
Mess up words. No.
But yeah, but he's been maintaining his grades. He's got all straight A's still, so he's been working hard getting his stuff together. We did go to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios this past Saturday, so just a couple days ago, and that was a lot of fun. Like we we hit up all the mazes. What do we start with? We did we went to the Stranger Things maze first. Like I have to say, Universal really has very good quality. Like from the sound to the visuals to just like everything they do is really dialed in. Like it doesn't feel janky. Where like Knott's Berry Farm also does one, and that shit feels like you went to like the haunted house at the church, where it's like it's not so good. Where it's like makeup is half running off because they're all sweaty and tired. But yeah, we did like I said, we first hit up Stranger Things, then we went to The Last of Us, and that was really, really neat because it felt more like if you were in the sewers, you know. And then the Chucky one was really, really cool because that one had like a sort of theme to it. Well, of course it had a theme, but I mean,
I
like,
hope so.
But it had more of like a purpose, where it's like you had a Chucky. It had all the boxes of Chucky outside, or the little buddy or whatever he's fucking called, and then Chucky
good guy doll,
the good guy doll, and
Donnie would kill you if you're his little buddy.
True. Like, that's true. He would.
Good guy doll.
And so one of them talks to Chucky, and he goes, like, "Hey, did you know that at Universal Studios they don't actually kill people when you go inside?" So he's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, so if you enter this, you're gonna die. And it's because it's called Chucky's kill count. So every time you leave one of the little rooms and come around to the next corner or whatever, there's like a screen and it'll be like, he's killed 2 people, he's killed 3 people, and it keeps counting how many people he's killed. So in each one of the rooms, he's killing different people in different ways. It was really fucking cool. And
so hold on, let me clarify. Is he's killing like it's showing him kill like random people, or like
yeah, so it's not based on like any of the movies or anything. It'll be like in one room, for example, there's like an electrician like working on a wall, and then Chucky's spitting water into the wires, so now he's getting electrocuted. And then in another scene,
just trying to make a living,
right? He's trying. It's like, hey. Like, do you want the sound on it? I don't know. You gotta kill me, but Chucky's gonna Chucky.
Do you want your lights working or not, Chucky?
Yeah. There's one point where he's like, I think he like kills a lady like in a bathtub, which is like, why is the lady taking a bath in a maze? But it just is
a little weird, but
yeah,
let it slide.
So it's like each room just has a different scenario. Yeah, but so shit.
Let me ask the main question then, because this is what I'm wondering. And I probably not gonna get out the Halloween Horror Nights this year, so I would never see it. Does Chucky kill you?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
In the end, I don't know if anyone's.
I was trying to figure out if they did the thing like how like some like they'll show you a picture like Chucky behind you.
Yeah.
Or some shit
because
like
you're
that.
walking in such a line that you got people close to you and stuff like that. But to spoil it for everybody, in the end, there's someone killing Chucky.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So then the kill count starts to like reverse because they like reset it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, and let me take this back to the beginning. It was kind of cool because we started the night there, like at before it even started. So it was kind of like the equivalent of like Disney's rope drop. So we got there early enough, and then like the big Universal doors open, and they have you count down from like 5, and then they cheer and fucking everything opens. And then you get inside and wait in another staging area for like another half an hour. And then all of a sudden, like all kinds of fucking flames start shooting up in the air, and that really and smoke, and that really kicks off the evening. And then you kind of just rush through and do all the stuff. Um, one of the coolest, like, because if you've ever done all any of these haunted houses, they're very similar. You know, you walk in, it's like curtains or streamers coming down, and then you're in a room and scary shit happens. And
Okay.
then there's like a little corridor, same thing, streamers, barrier, you walk through, another room, scary shit happens. And you just keep doing that, wash, rinse, repeat. Um, the the Blumhouse made no, sorry, the Evil Dead, was it Evil Dead Rise or Evil Dead Rising? Whatever the movie is
Oh,
that's coming
I
out.
didn't know that was there. That's cool.
Okay, I was telling my wife, like, that maze, and they showed clips from the movie. That maze was so good. I want to watch the fucking movie because I was like,
Movie's great.
because I was like, I got to see it. So, if you don't mind, just go buy it on Vudu so I can watch it, and then that'd be
I
great.
think I have it on Voodoo.
I don't know, maybe I don't know. We'll have to check. You probably need it for Decade of Horror anyway, so
I
just
already watched it for Decade. I already watched it like way before that.
all right.
That's why I think I have it on Voodoo. I can check right now. It's
Yeah,
not
I'll
like
have
I
to
think.
check. But
Um,
but it was cool. But one thing they did that I've never seen before, and I'm surprised I've never seen this happen, is when you go into one of the rooms in the maze, um it's like 4 or 5 doors, and then one of the doors opens and the person scares you, right? And then
that's cool.
and usually the person goes back and then you walk to the next room, right? This one was fucked up because the person comes out and scares you, which forces everyone to go to like another side. And then another fucking door opens and someone pops out. And then another fucking door opens and someone pops out. So it's like, it was
That's
just like
dope.
bang, bang, bang. So it was like, no matter, they kind of guided you. So when they came in from the left, you went to the right. And then when they came in from the right, you went over to like another side. So it forced you to move in the room. And so it was just like quick, like 1, 2, 3. And I was like, that was intense because I really was not prepared for the other people to come out. Usually it's just like one person, you kind of go like, oh shit, what door is it going to be? They do the one door and then you just like move on, you know? So that was really fucking cool.
That does sound cool.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, yes, Evil Dead Rise is on Voodoo. Yes, we have it.
Great. Also, thank you for buying the Barbie movie. I did watch that the
Yes.
other day. That was
I have
really
a
good.
funny story about that.
All
I can
right.
tell right now
Yeah.
because for those who are on my Patreon, I give out movies
Mm-hmm.
like every few months. So I was getting ready to do that again this month, and our friend Michael Aaron's like, "Hey, you got that Barbie yet?" He's like, if you get Barbie digitally, I have dibs on that. I say, okay, if I get Barbie digitally, you get Barbie.
That's funny, man. What a fucking cheapskate. Because on the last like what up though, he was talking about, yeah, I'm gonna buy that movie. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. You said you were gonna buy it, cheapskate. No, I'm buying it for my girls.
Yeah.
Damn. And then you
It's
went
a
and hit
great
up
movie.
Delvin like a brokey.
I was talking about today. I'm gonna start getting out in the movies soon, man. So don't go buying
Yeah.
stuff too crazy. I got a whole bunch of codes. Like I got code for like Spider Verse and
Yeah. But
shit, everything
look
that
at me
came out.
talking shit, and I'm over here using your account for free.
Exactly. You got all the damn movies. So,
Yeah.
like
But
literally all the movies.
yes. But yeah, that one was really good too. That one, like, I mean, we'll talk about Barbie for a minute. I mean, Hollywood Horror Nights, like I said, was great. We were there to fucking like 2 in the morning. Whew, it was a long night. Like by the time we got home, drop off Gavin's friend, it was probably like 3. So it was a long evening.
I
But
always wanted to go to Halloween Horror Nights. That's been like one of the things I always want to do.
I highly
But you,
recommend it, man. I would say this tip. I don't think, or at least out here, I wouldn't buy the VIP because even though it gets you through fast, um, you could still make it work. Like we've never had a really disastrous time where it's like overpacked or anything like that, and we only did one maze. Like we actually have always done everything we wanted. Um, I would recommend do like buying just the regular pass to get in to Halloween Horror Nights, and then it's like 10 or $15, and you can get in an hour and a half earlier than everyone else.
Oh, that's great.
And so you do that for, I was like, 10, $15 to get out an hour and a half earlier, which would save you a lot of time because it really is a small group of people that cash in on that.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, here's a tip because I go to Universal Studios all the time. Like, that's my place. Mm-hmm. You go to Universal Studios, Florida, be one of the first people to get in the park. Mm-hmm. Be one of the first people to get in the park. Pay the little extra $60 so you get the preferred parking so you can park in the front. And that makes your experience so much smoother. Because when you're one of the first people to get in the park, all you gotta do is go to the busiest ride they have there.
And just be done.
Get on that ride, and then everything else is a walk in the park. Like every time I go there now, if I go by myself, I go at like 8 o'clock, I'm out by 11. I done rode on everything.
Yeah. Now I believe your park is like significantly larger than ours. Ours is real fucking small. Like Universal Studios is tiny.
That's big.
Yeah, no,
it's Universal Studios, and it's right next to Island of Adventure, so you can kind of do both of them. You can, like Disney does. Disney does the same thing.
Yeah, no, this one's fucking small as shit. And then something they did this year that like TikTok was really complaining about it, and I was like, I think they're kind of on some bullshit. TikTok is. So what they do is, like, let's say for example, last year the hot maze was Stranger Things, and if you didn't get on like as soon as possible, you were waiting like 3.5 hours in line. But
that's terrible.
Yeah, it really is. But what they started implementing this year is they actually just close off lines, because what would end up happening is Stranger Things would be, like I said, like 3.5 hours, but then the next closer mazes are like 25 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, because everyone's waiting in the other fucking line that no one's waiting in these over here. So what they'll do is they'll close the line for like a half hour to like 10 minutes to a half an hour, which forces you to go somewhere else. And so then it really, like, even though it closes and it's annoying, it actually balances out the park, because now not everyone's just waiting and getting pissed because like, fuck, man, I gotta be here for 3 hours. It's like, okay, we'll come back. Because I want to say the longest wait we had, Chucky was supposed to be 110 minutes, and we probably really waited an hour, to be honest, maybe an hour and a half at max.
That's good.
But everything else we did was maybe 45 minutes and less. And so it was just like, but like I said, because you ended up showing up and it'd be like, oh, it's closed right now, we're not letting anyone else in line. Then you're like, okay, open up the app. Oh, let's go to Exorcist, or let's go to this one over here. So that was
really cool. Question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how this, like I said, I've never been, so I don't know how this works. Do they keep the other attractions open? Like, not like the horror themed ones, but like if I want to get on Harry Potter, I ain't gonna get on Harry Potter, Spider-Man, and all that other stuff.
Okay, so that kind of is a little bit of bullshit. If you want to go on the Harry Potter rides, or you want to go on the Mario Land rides, or Mario World, whatever they're calling it, you either have to buy like a separate ticket, or a ticket that's like Universal Studios and Horror Nights together.
Oh, but isn't it like it's in the same spot, ain't it?
It is. But so then what they do is they rope it. And so then everything's digital. So you either get a badge or they scan your phone, and then they'll be like, oh, Delvin, you have the thing for this. Now you can go into the Mario and do the Mario ride. Or like, what's the Hippogriff ride, I think is what it is, for the roller coaster in Harry Potter. Like, it's open, you see it running, but if you were to go try to get in line, they'll stop you, and then they're like, we got to scan it, and then they scan you and they let you in. So if you don't,
so they're like that's a little weird.
Yeah, because
Like,
then it's like, come on, man. But there are rides like we went on the Jurassic Park ride. That's a fun one. It's like the water boat type of thing. The Mummy is available. All the Simpson ride is available. There's a couple others that I think are available as well. So it's like the older rides are, but the newer like hot shit, nah, it's not.
just give us one flat fee then. Just make
Right.
us pay.
No, that really is like the kind of bullshit part of it because like when you go to buy tickets, it's like a fucking stack
Yeah,
on stack on stack.
they're
Like,
doing the PS Plus tier. Like you can have
straight up.
like
No, that is like the best way to put it. It is like the PlayStation Plus, where they're like, you want some games, all the games, games you don't want, games you might want, games you don't want, but you might want, but you never going to play. Like we got 5 tiers. Which one? Like,
here is the universal non-essential tier of
right.
rides you can
Seriously.
get on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's stupid. But so Barbie. I want to talk about Barbie real quick. Because I know when my wife and my daughter went to go see it, they were just like, it really was like amazing to them. They really, really loved it. They really thought it was like fantastic. So my wife was like, "You got to watch it. You got to watch it." Um, I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
I
And
do too.
what it kind of gave me was the having my wife already break it down for like the mindset it put her in, or the sort of like it gave me perspective in the sense that like I will never know what it's like to be a woman.
Yes.
I understand male privilege and that like down to the basics of like when Barbie comes into the real world and she's like, "Oh, it's construction workers," because her construction workers aren't going to like ogle her or catcall her. And then when they
Yeah.
start saying things, she's like, "The fuck is this?" So when she had to come to terms with like, oh, discomfort or not feeling safe in a space. Whereas, like, yeah, I might experience some of that just based on skin tone. I will not understand it based on like gender identity. And
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
And
So that movie really like gave me like insight and perspective.
I think there's a lot of interesting and cool things the movie does that if you're not paying attention to, you won't catch on to it. Like the whole fact that when Barbie went to that world, she was feeling uncomfortable, insecure. She was like, "Oh, this is awkward and yucky." But Ken went to that world like, "This is the greatest place on earth." Like
Yes.
he felt empowered by it. And I think that was a real cool juxtaposition because you like, I don't know if people call this. I know people try to make it like a thing where they're like, "Oh, Ken's the ultimate hero." No, no, no. This is the story is kind of telling the reverse story of societies where Ken was oppressed in his society and came out and kind of like went to our society and ended up going back to the Barbie world, becoming the oppressor. And I
Yeah.
think that was a really fascinating, cool story. I loved it. I think the cool thing about it was that I just enjoyed the fact that if you aren't like tuned into the story, you can enjoy it for the comedy, you can enjoy it for the jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're like really like digging the story and like tuned in and tapped into what's going on and the social commentary, you can enjoy that as well. So I feel like you can. It's just a really well made movie
Yeah.
for
It
everyone.
has like definitive layers to it. With what you're saying. Like you want to just see it for face value. It's bright, it's colorful, it's nice looking, like for sure. It's got good humor. The comedy is really like well done. Okay, great. If you want the social commentary, you want the the political commentary, it's in there. Like so it really is a movie for everyone.
Yes,
Like because even for the people that's like, oh, it's too feminist or it's anti-male, it's like you probably didn't watch the movie. You probably
exactly.
just went based on what everyone tells you
It's not
because
anti male.
it's not anti-male. It's really about like experiencing life as an individual and understanding that like how I move in community A doesn't work the same in community B. Like the oppressor becomes the oppressed. The oppressed becomes the oppressor. Like it's got weird
It,
shit going on.
it's more about social structure than if anything.
Yes. Yes.
Like, and I think that kind of what makes the movie work. I really enjoyed it. I really dug it.
Yeah.
I also dug the fact that my daughter, which I didn't know, she was like that much into Barbie. She's a
Uh,
huge Barbie fan, and she dressed up for the premiere and stuff like that. And she saw it and she loved it a lot. And now we were in Walmart last week,
uh,
and they had Barbie shoes,
okay.
cool
Yeah,
looking
because they're
Barbie
coming
shoes.
out big time.
And before the movie came out, it was like hard trying to find her stuff that would fit her that was in Barbie,
Yeah.
because like she went in Barbie, we had like really search for that shit. And she saw the Barbie shoes, like, hey, you want those? She's like, yeah. So I got her the Barbie shoes because she doesn't ask me for clothes. So when she
Yeah.
sees something that she likes,
You're like, all right, I'm in. Like the Barbie
all right.
vans are really cool too. They came out with
Oh,
some sets, and I was just like, they're not like outlandish. They're very, very simple, but damn, they are well fucking done.
I need to check
So
those out then. Probably get
yeah,
her a pair of those.
they're cool. But yeah, so I mean, like that movie was like super amazing, and then to kind of keep like entertainment going. Um,
Let me ask you a
and
question before you go,
yeah,
because it's entertainment wise as well. Have you watched Blue Beetle yet?
no, I haven't.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard like because when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I don't know. But the reviews and the feedback has been really, really positive.
I really enjoyed it. George Lopez is really funny in it.
Yeah, because that will hit probably HBO Max, right? Because it's DC.
Yeah, that'll hit HBO Max.
Yeah. So once it goes there, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Because yeah, I've heard like really, really positive stuff. But I was gonna say, yeah, the weekend before that, Gavin and I went to see Danny Brown JPEG Mafia because together they are scaring the hose. And
Yes, my
that was
son
a
loves them.
that album is really, really good. And the show was like super awesome. We had a really good time there. But one of the funny things was, so if that was a Sunday, then on Monday, I'm at work, and one of like I think it was like a second or third grader, the kid comes up to me and he goes, you know, on Saturday night, I saw a man that looked just like you, but he was in Hollywood. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, but he was like with a teenager. And I was like, where were you? And he was like, oh, I was by the Walk of Fame because we had went to the observatory, or I think they were going to go to the observatory to see like some stars or some shit. And so he was like, we were by the Walk of Fame and we saw the man walking with the teenager, and in my mind I'm like, dang, was I drinking? Like, what was I doing? You know? And he's like, he had shorts, and I was like, or I asked him, I was like, do you have shorts on? He goes, yes. He's had a black shirt, and I was like, oh, that was me. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, no, it was me and my son. And he's like, oh, I can't believe I saw you in Hollywood. And I was like, of all the places, so random because
That is.
my school is nowhere near Hollywood. It's in the other direction. So I was like, damn, that was a
So did you
trip.
tell the kid like, hey, I was out here scaring the host?
I was like, man, I went to go see Danny Brown. We were scaring the hose. Shit was crazy. And then one of the really coolest things was my wife and I went to go see Beyonce.
Oh,
Yeah. Now this was a full
did y'all
hookup.
get in the fights during the Beyonce? Was there a fight at your show?
No,
Like I
there
saw
was
in the
not.
video.
No.
Oh, I have another question because did in the part, because I haven't went to Beyonce concert. I don't even know the song.
Uh,
The part where everybody's supposed to be quiet.
yes,
Was
everyone was
everybody
quiet.
quiet?
Everyone was quiet. They did their job. People came
Oh,
prepared.
okay,
Um,
okay.
but like this was all through my wife's job because she's done some work on this tour. So like kind of like her work like paid off. And it was a trip because we had to go
Those
to
tickets are
like,
expensive.
yes. And this cost us like nothing. But we had to go to a hotel further away. Then a shuttle bus came and picked us up. And it was funny because the driver of the bus goes like, he's like, "Are you guys the lawyers?" And so then my wife was laughing. So the whole night, her and her coworker, because it was the three of us, they were like, they had their like VIP passes, and they're like, "It's us. We're the lawyers. We're the lawyers." But they drove us over, and then in the little like Sprinter van, we drive into SoFi Stadium. So
Oh, that's dope.
it wasn't like outside. We were in that bitch. Like I'm talking underground, and it's like you see like the wardrobe like passing us by, and then the lady they were coordinating with, she then gives us like I'm talking we had like two bracelets and then like our ID, like a little tag with us, and then we walk in and we fully are walking like from behind the stage.
That's
And then
dope.
we're like in the VIP floor area. And I'll have to send you some of the pictures because I'm telling you, like her distance from me was like because my wife had brought this up too, and I was like, oh, for real. Like we were so close, you could see like the imperfections. You know what I mean? Where it was just
Wow.
like where it was like, oh, I can see your skin up close. Like I could see your teeth. You know what I mean? Like, whereas it was super fucking close. But that show was so amazing. Like, it was like one, like, okay, so when we saw her for the Formation tour, not that I was a Beyonce hater, because I just wasn't a fan. I was like, she sings the genre I'm not super into, but I respect and recognize what she does.
Yeah.
And then when I saw her perform, I was like, I'm a fan. I get it. Like she's fucking amazing. She is talented. Like anybody who can sing and dance for 3 hours and not like miss a beat, let me tell you. Because you see motherfuckers at karaoke, they do one song and they're ready to throw up because they're winded.
That's
And
true.
so that really changed it for me. But seeing like basically this was like four mini concerts because it was like each one was its own like individual sort of setting and theme and artistic style. So, and like I said, she did like a straight up like 3 hours. That fucking shit was crazy. Um, most of the tour doesn't have an opener, but for all of the LA dates, DJ Khaled opened. And oh, and
Oh,
that's a funny thing too.
that's weird.
Yeah, so DJ Khaled opened and he would bring, you know how Khaled does like for me, I think as far as like a musician, Khaled is whack. I understand he has his
Yeah,
like he
he's
has a
not a musician.
marker in in DJ history,
Yeah, he's
but
a
like
Miami DJ, Miami legend.
but in general, it's like I think it's bullshit that he puts out these records and it's like new DJ Khaled. It's like no, it's not. It's a fucking compilation. You got this one and you got that one, but like you didn't really make the beat.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't make beats. Doesn't really do production. He's a DJ.
Mhm.
And all he does kind of just put like nice artists together. And then
Exactly. Like he uses his
he's more
credit.
like Diddy.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
No, actually, he's less than Diddy because
Well, no,
Diddy actually raps and stuff.
yeah, but like Diddy would put the two together, but this would be less than Diddy, yeah, for sure, because he just uses it as like I said, he doesn't produce it, he doesn't like do anything except for just like slap his name on the front.
Yeah.
Um, and it really showed in this too. And let me tell you, like people were not feeling it. It was like an afterthought where it was like, get this fucking guy out of here. Because even with this, he's on the stage he's not even behind the turntables. Basically, it's like Big Sean came out and Big Sean's rapping and there's another DJ going on and Khaled is just there fucking just waving his hands. And it's like
Saying we the best.
exactly. It was like this is so dumb. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who he had. The only one I can remember right now is Big Sean, but he had like four, maybe five people come out. It was just
Big
kind of
Sean's
whack.
dope.
Yeah, Big Sean was fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like I really enjoyed that. Um, but it was funny because we went to the Saturday show. We were supposed to go to the Friday show, and then my wife got an email, and it was like, or through her communications, they were like, "We can't make Friday happen because DJ Khaled kind of fucked it up. I guess he had like brought too many guests or something.
He's
So
not the best.
the passes we were supposed to get had to go to him. So then I was telling people that like at my coworkers because they were like, "You going tonight?" And I was like, "I'm supposed to." And then I was like, it fell through because of Khaled. I was like, so now I got to start some fucking Twitter beef with DJ Khaled because he fucked up my tickets.
Wouldn't be too hard.
No, that's true because he gets very sensitive over many things.
Yes, he
But
was mad. The Tyler Creator beat him in sales. So
exactly, yeah. So that shit was really funny. But the Beyonce thing, it was an amazing night. Like it just really one for me, because I love concerts, like this really was something that was just like on another level. And then this kind of goes into good to great. So I'm going to jump into my good to great. Um, you ever listen to the podcast, The Read with Kid Fury and Crissle?
A long time ago.
Okay. So I still listen to it like religiously. I love it. And so we're where we were on the floor, there was like a separate like merch area. So you could go get your merch over there. It wasn't as busy. So I tell my wife, go to the other side. You two get your drinks. I'll come over here. I'll get the merch for you guys. We'll be good. Like, let's kind of split the time. So there's as it's about my turn to go buy clothes, this lady walks in front of me. And I hear her like say to herself, she's like, oh, look at God. You know, she's happy on what she bought. I fucking dial in and I'm like, that's Crissle. Like, that's her voice. So then I buy the shirt real quick, and because she happens to hop into the line where my wife is going to get her drinks. And so I tap her on the shoulder and I'm like, and usually I don't give a fuck about celebrities. I don't really get hyped up. I never do. But this one was just such a like rare moment, and how much I've listened to that podcast. And it's just a different type of like celebrity status. And so then I was like, I tapped her on the shoulder and I was like, hey, I just heard you say, look at God. And I fully recognize your voice. I go, are you Crissle? And she's like, well, she told me, she goes, look at God. Like, that's what did it? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I'm Crissle. And I was like, oh my God. So I just start gushing shit. I'm like, number one, I go, because I'll never get to say this. So let me just say all this stuff real fast. I was like, your laugh is so infectious, like always makes me feel great whenever you just like burst out laughing. I was like, two, I go, there's times where I'll wear my words mean things shirt to that you guys say. I wear it to work because it really does mean things. I was like, also, my wife is right here. You got to meet my wife. And so then I bring my wife over and I was like, it's Crissle. So it's just like really like a full like nerd out
That's
moment.
Adorable.
It was like so much fun because it was like, one, to hear them how much they talk about Beyonce and all that. And it was just like, what a fucking moment to meet Beyonce, or to meet Beyonce would have been something else. But to meet Crissle at Beyonce after we've already had this like all access night, was just like, it was amazing. Like, that was really like super huge excitement for me, where I was like, this is a ton of fun.
Yeah, and that's Crissle's a legend. So I people who don't know The Read should check out The Read. The Read is like one of those. I know people like to throw Joe Budden out there as one of those first like mainstream hip hop type podcasts. No, The Read is that.
Yeah, the Read is like early Black culture podcast.
Yes, early Black culture.
Because you got to think, like, so many, they really like inspired a lot of podcasts.
Yes.
Like based on their format, based on their structure, based on the things they talk about. And so
when I think of a Black podcast, if you look past all the shit people are doing now, the corny shit people are doing, I think of The Read.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I think of.
Yeah.
So for you to meet her, I think that's amazing. And she's gorgeous. Yeah, like, I ain't gonna hold you. She's a gorgeous woman.
Yeah. So it was just cool. It was just really cool to meet her.
You can't say that, but I can say that.
No, but it was just amazing to have that opportunity. Because one, she's like primarily New York based. So it was like, it really was a lot of movement for that to happen. Like the likelihood of me meeting her, it would have been
slim to none.
And then to have that, like, because we went to get the shirts at that time and that place, and then for me to catch on what she was, because I could have fully just been in the zone, not paying attention, looking at merch, and she would have walked on, And so it was just like, damn, I'm
surprised that more people didn't notice her there.
Yeah, no kidding. But she was super low key too. Like, you would have missed her, because especially like everyone had like really big flashy outfits, and she was just like hair down, I think a black dress, sneakers. Like, so she would have just blended in the back, and you would have just been like, oh, that's just another. I told my wife, I was like, she just fully, because I think she said it in like a post before, she's just like in full like auntie clothes. You know, she wasn't
Gotcha.
like trying to dress up. She was just like, nah, I can't. I'm gonna be comfortable. Is what I came to do.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it was cool, but I know it's gonna be tough for you to tackle. But what was your good to great?
Um, my girl met my parents. Well, sort of. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I can tell that story. I think this is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
my mom comes to town and she my brother my mom comes to town. Let me get this correct. My mom comes to town because her birthday, right?
Uh-huh.
So my brother decided to have this barbecue at his house.
All right.
But he tells me at the last minute, so my girl can't come, of course, because he tells her the last minute and stuff like that. But while my mom is at the house, my girl calls me. My mom talks to my girl over the phone, and then she says, "Oh, we should meet up. We should like
Is
get
this like their
together."
first time talking?
Yes, first time interacting. Like
Okay.
I had on FaceTime. My mom kept saying, "You're so gorgeous. You're so pretty." And I'm like, and she like, my girl's blushing. So like she said, and then my mom tells my girl, "We should meet up. We should meet up. We should go all to dinner together."
Uh-huh.
So yeah, my girl's like, "Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it next week."
Oh shit.
I'm like, "Oh, next week?" Like, oh no, that's our time. That's what we
Yeah. You're like
do
this.
stuff. So then my mom took it upon herself to tell my brother, we could go do a double date and me, you, the kids, and all that stuff. So
Oh, she's throwing everyone in the pool. She's
she
making
threw
it real
everybody in the pool.
intimidating.
She threw everybody in the pool. So what ended up happening was my brother, I talked to my brother. He picked this fancy hibachi restaurant called Chop Chow.
Okay.
Chop Chow, I think it's called.
Okay. Not Benihana.
Nah. And this is the thing about this restaurant. I didn't like it.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. But let me get to who all came. So me and my girl decided to go and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My mom, my grandmother, my brother, his wife, and his kids. So like 8 people plus me and my girl.
Not your kids.
Not my kids.
Okay. Have your kids met her yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Still gotta figure that shit out with the ex and all that
Yes.
nonsense that goes on with that. But I digress. So the restaurant's called Chop Chow, right? It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. The catch is, it's like Benihana's, but you have to cook your food.
Oh, okay. So like a Korean barbecue type of place.
Yeah. Well, they have these kind of like plates that you put the food on, that you cook and you flip around, and then you can just eat what you want. They tell you what you want.
Yeah.
This place was a beautiful mess.
Oh shit.
And what I mean by that is, okay, the cool thing. Let me lead with the good first. They have a robot. You remember? I think it's Rocky 4. Where Paulie had the robot.
Yes.
The robot looks just like the robot from Rocky 4.
Oh shit.
Bring your raw food out.
Like
whether it's like steak or chicken or whatever your raw meat is. They'll bring it out to you. You take it off of there. You can put it on the plate to cook it.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, and they give you like vegetables and stuff to cook on there, on the plate and stuff like that. The problem with that is, what they don't give you is oil. So what happens is,
which is like essential to this.
Yes. I guess they figured because it's like a non-stick pan.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work, because what happens is you're cooking the food on this one. You're cooking all this food like steak, chicken, shrimps, and stuff like this on this one pan for all these people. Well, it's two. It was 2 pans technically. One side for my brother's family and one side for my mom, my grandmother, my girl, and me. And while you have these vents over you, you're just getting smoke blown in your face the whole time you're cooking. Because then the tray starts burning and stuff like that. The food's good, but it's a lot of work. Just like to cook your own food.
Yeah.
You're paying a lot of money to just make your own damn food. I'm like,
and you got to be ready for something like that too, when it is like you cooking it yourself.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
Because like I like to do Korean barbecue with some friends. Very now and again we get together, And it's like you chill, you cook it, but you're there for the long haul. You're kind of just like having a good time, but you got to be
Yes,
ready for it. If you're not ready for it, you'll be just like, damn, now everything smells like smoke. It's too fucking hot in here.
exactly, and that's the problem we ran into because we were with a 60-year-old woman
Yeah.
and an 80-year-old woman,
Yeah. And they're
and neither
ready to
one of those
eat.
women
They don't want to
like
wait.
smoke.
Yeah.
They don't want to wait. They don't want to cook their damn food. They just kind of like, no,
Yeah.
this ain't for them.
Yeah. They needed plates. They didn't
They need
need
plates that are
wait.
made.
Yeah. Because when you're cooking it too, it's like you get a little piece of chicken, you get a little piece of meat, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, what? I'm just snacking the whole time.
Yes, or they needed like the whole Benny Hanna's treatment, the whole big old flat plate that he's
Yeah.
constantly putting oil on and stuff, and you don't have to deal with the smoke.
Yeah.
But them cooking it themselves is no go.
Get to the good part though, man. That's what I want to know. What was the meeting like?
Oh, they love her. They absolutely love her.
Nice.
They felt my grandma. This lady. When I went to go pay the bill, right? My brother, we went to go pay the bill.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother got my girlfriend's phone number.
Oh shit.
So now every day she texts her.
Why?
I'm like, Grandma, stop
Relax.
texting my girlfriend every day. Like, she's at work. You know, text her. Like, hey, she's my girlfriend. She's not our girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's just,
Yeah. You're like, no, you two are not friends.
yes. Like, you know. So that is this thing. And
But that's pretty awesome.
yeah, my mom loves her. My grandma loves her. It's good. And now it's still
Okay. Gavin was hungry, so I need to
oh
tell him what to eat.
Gotcha.
No, but I mean that's awesome. I think that's really, really good that they hit it off. But also, damn, that's a lot of pressure for your girl.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure. It ain't pressure for her, it's pressure for me now.
Yeah. But
now they're like
now this has gotta be real.
yeah, now it's gotta be real. Now she's looking like, I done met your parents.
Yep.
I done met your family. Now it's like
what's next?
What's next? Are we gonna start talking about it?
Yep.
Other stuff.
Someone moving in with somebody. Damn.
Yeah.
Woo.
Like,
You're like, listen, I'm still trying to figure out this situation over here.
Yeah.
Let me get back to you.
Like,
let me get back to you.
Yeah, it's like, it's been 6 months. Yeah. Like, this is I love that we are in a really, really good place. We really love each other. We really care about each other.
I'm super happy for you, man. I think it's well deserved. Like I'm glad that it was successful too, and that like your family didn't walk off or she didn't walk off going like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Because it could turn real fast. Grandma says something a little off color, and then it's like, nope.
Oh, they've said some very off color things. Like, yo, I gotta chill out.
But man, like I said, I'm super happy for you. Like I'm really, really happy that worked out. But so let's kind of keep working through. I want to get into our next part.
Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we said, Lee said, what up with that?
What's up with people like just putting out their crusty heels like in public? I'm super glad that we're getting into the fall and into the winter so that people can start wearing like closed-toed shoes, maybe some boots, sneakers, because I have been in too many places lately where like your heel, like specifically the heel, should not look so dry and crusty and blue veiny that it looks like your feet came off a cadaver. Like it shouldn't look like that. It shouldn't look like you've never owned shoes and you just walk on like sand and cobblestone roads every day. Like, I see the lotion in your purse. I see you put the lotion on your elbows. Is this the same thing that there's a certain cluster of people they don't wash their legs, so they also don't like lotion up below the knee, because there was a lady the other day and I was like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing here? There were so many cracks in those heels. I was like, God damn it. This is like no joke. Also, her feet were yellow, where I was like, do you smoke with your feet? Like, what the fuck is this? There was a guy similar. He had some open-toed shoes, like flip-flop type of shoes, like some slides, and I was just like, man, like, I'm not saying I have the most amazing looking feet, but you know what? I don't look dry as fuck. Like, this was just like, come on, man. People gotta be having some respect for themselves. You gotta do something with those crusty ass heels.
You know, like you need to put like WD-40 on your feet.
Right. You know how you said that grill needed oil? So these
yes. like your feet need an oil change.
Right. Seriously, I was like, wow, you need to get those fucking those lotion aloe vera socks and start sleeping in those, because this ain't it. And also, if you put some like lotion on them, it's just gonna be like a dry desert. Just suck up all that moisture. But I'm like, how are you gonna be like a manager or like a high level person in an organization, but looking so broke down? I'm like, I can't respect you. I can't listen to you.
There you go. You know what? They need some of that tough acting snacking.
Right. I'm like, you know
John Madden joints.
Yeah. I don't respect you as a leader because you clearly make poor personal choices. So I think you're good.
You know, in Miami, people always wear sandals. So we always see the crusty ass feet of some people because they just feel like, because it's never winter here. So people just be wearing sandals.
Yeah. And at least in California, like, it's getting colder, which means it's going to be in the 70s, you know? So it's not going to be too bad. But damn, people, come on. Stop it.
Hey, it's going to be a cold winter here in Miami. It's going to be a freezing 85 degrees. Like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it.
Fuck off.
So crusty ass people, please stop it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Please
I agree.
Stop.
And brush your teeth. I know that's something different, but yo, some of these cats, boy, they mouths be looking like they got a mouthful of dice.
Yeah, seriously. You know what? That just goes into the whole category. We could switch it up to what's up with people just not having hygiene. Like, man, there are too many people that just smell like dookie booty, dookie breath, just dookie life.
Doodle Brown.
Yeah. We're gonna close that part up now. We'll get into our next pieces real quick. What you been playing, man? What games have you been dipping into?
I'm playing when I have time, I'm playing a couple things. I'm playing right now. I just stopped. I'm still playing it. I just stopped to do the podcast to play some. I'll play some Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
I'm like 115 hours in of that. I finally got the Master Sword. So that's great. I'm really far in the game. I think it's time for me now to start actually trying to wrap it up. But why I have been wrapping it up is because my mind's starting to drift into other things. Like I started playing Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Which is fantastic. That game's great.
I've heard nothing but good things.
It's great. I like that a lot. And I started playing a little bit of Lies of P. Have you heard of this game?
Yeah, I tried the demo and then realized immediately this game is not for me.
Yeah, it's a Souls-like game. But I played to the I guess the first level boss.
Uh-huh.
Like the main boss, and it's not as hard as a Souls-like game to me.
Yeah. I would agree with that. With what I played in the demo, I would definitely agree.
Yeah, I'm not down like the first 5 minutes of it. Like I fought a mini boss and I'm at the boss now, and I fought him like, this is difficult, but it's not like unachievable. Like the first time I tried the boss, I got him like halfway down. It was more or less so not because it was difficult. It was like I wasn't just putting in the effort I need to put in.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, on my end, I've kind of been going back to stuff I haven't that's just kind of been sitting there. There was a deal on Destiny Lightfall, so I picked that up. Because even though I don't play it quite often, I still really do enjoy it a ton. Like, it looks great, it plays great, the shooting is just fantastic in it. And I like, because I hadn't played so long, I didn't realize that they pretty much streamlined. Because I would go in there and be like the fucking John Travolta meme when he's like looking around, doesn't know where the fuck to go.
Yes.
But now if you just go to like campaign or quest or campaign, and then it tells you like this is what you should be working on, and then you can launch right into where you need to be instead of having like fucking 40 icons on the screen, and it's like I don't know where to go. And this is where I would usually play with Mike Fowler, because then I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, man. And so then he'd be like, oh, it's this and it's that. They really like streamline that. So it's like now it feels more, it gives me enough the hand holding I need, where it's like, do number one, then do number two, then do number three. And it's like really lays it out. And then I've never finished Bully. So I just and when I first
fantastic game.
And when I first played it, I honestly only played like the intro portion. So I've been playing Bully as well, because I feel like it's one of those games that's like, I just have to check it off. From all the references and what people talk about it, it's hard to play because the mechanics are real old, but it's still interesting. I would love to see like a full remake, not a remaster, a remake. With like modern mechanics. I think that game would be sick.
They should do that. That would be awesome. I like Bully a lot.
There's always the rumbling that there is something happening with Bully, or that there is a Bully part 2, but who knows?
They should do that. That definitely should be a thing that's happening. I hope so.
And then
Bully's fantastic.
T wanted us to talk about the Resident Evil 4 DLC. I wanted to table that for next time because I just purchased Resident Evil 4 and the DLC. So
I haven't purchased the DLC for it yet. I beat 4 though. 4 is great.
Yeah. And yeah, I can't wait to play it. So I just downloaded it tonight. So hopefully by the time we come on again, then we can talk about it.
Are you gonna play Cyberpunk? Phantom Liberty?
I'm thinking about it. Okay, so and I haven't bothered looking. Is Phantom Liberty free or not free?
Oh no, it's $30.
It's $30.
It's a full expansion.
Okay, because I like in some places it's like, oh, the new stuff, which I don't know, just if they're talking about, because what is it, 2.0 now or something like that?
Yes, they added other expansion stuff. That was free.
Yeah.
But this is like the full. This is like you remember how the Witcher game had the big expansion?
Yeah, was it like Blood and Wine or something like that?
Blood and Wine. So like this is along the lines of that type of stuff.
Because isn't this supposed to be like meaty, right? Like 20 hours or some shit like that?
Exactly.
So with this one, I will get it, but I'm not going to get it right now because I want to tackle these older ones first. And I really, really did like Cyberpunk. Like I really had a good time in there. But I think this one, I'll wait until like DLC hits sale. You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'll get to it, but I'm just not going to get to it right now.
There's a lot of stuff to play right now anyway, so you're fine.
Yeah, no, because when I really, really think about it, I'm like, this year, whether it's old games or new games, there's been a lot of shit that's come out.
Oh yeah,
like
a lot.
Like it's like I didn't really realize it until like looking into like the Cyberpunk DLC, thinking about the games I've played, and then like what I haven't played, and I'm like, damn, this might end up being one of those big years, you know, where it's like I think it was like halfway through, like I think maybe like PS3 generation, where it was like we got everything, you know, where it's like this was a tough year because you had all genres, and I feel this is like that. Like you got some decent shooters, you got a little bit of everything, so it's not just like this is all shooters one year or all RPGs one year. Like everything's on the table.
Yeah, you're talking about that year where like BioShock Infinite came out and a whole bunch of like classic games.
Was like everything that year. Exactly that. So that's kind of what I'm feeling right now, but I'll get it for sure. And then on the TV end, what have I been watching? I started Ahsoka.
How you like it?
I actually like it a lot. I like that it's more dramatic than action. Like it has action, of course, but it sets up really well. Whereas like Mandalorian turned into Mandalorian fights, Grogu does something cute. Mandalorian fights, like, so the story just got weaker and weaker. This one it has more like mystery and drama to it, where it's like who is who and what's really going on. So I've been watching that. What do you think of it? Have you watched it?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. See, the thing about it, I'm a little biased because if you're a Star Wars Rebels fan, then this is 100% the show for you.
Uh-huh.
Because this is
heavily, you go back on it. I know you watch all the other shit as well.
Yeah. This is literally just another season of Star Wars Rebels.
No.
That's 100% what this is. The whole plot is a continuation of the final season of Star Wars Rebels. They have a good portion of the cast from Star Wars Rebels, like Chopper, Sabine. They're looking for Ezra Bridger, Thrawn. Like, all that stuff is like ingrained in this season of Ahsoka. And I love it. It's great. So this is what I wanted. So far, it's really good. And I think the last episode was really enjoyable because you got the big surprise that you got. I don't want to spoil it. But if you know what the season's about, you kind of can gather what happened because they tell you what the season is about with that. So the wheels are in motion to kind of set up, I guess, this grand finale.
Yeah. And I think right now I'm only like, I still got a long ways to go. Like I think I'm only like on the third episode because I'll watch an episode and then I start. Like I'm also trying to finish up seasons that have been hanging, So like watching like What We Do in the Shadows, or I was watching a show on Apple TV called Silo.
Oh, and okay.
That one, there's parts of it that feel like a little CW-ish, if you get what I'm saying about like the quality of it.
Cheap.
Yeah, it really feels cheap. But it's well done, it's well written. They don't mind killing people. It's not like super gory and graphic, but it really is about, the premise is there's been like what you assume is like a big war, nuclear type of disaster, and there's this community that lives in like an underground silo. And then basically if you live, and it's like I think 125 stories, but like the top few stories, they live a little bit above, so you can see around like on these screens. And it really goes through like basically the lower you are in like the sort of societal structure. And then the higher you are in the societal structure, the more you are up on top, in a sense. And but if you fuck up in that society, they put you like in a spacesuit and send you outside to clean the screen. So they literally call it cleaning. But they only give you like enough oxygen to clean, and then you just fucking die. And it's got a look, because this is going to go into something else. The inside really looks like it's fucking Tatooine. Okay.
Oh.
So the reason why I say that is, so my wife and I are watching Ahsoka, and she falls asleep. Ahsoka finishes. I start watching Silo. So then she wakes up as I'm watching Silo, and she's like, dang, this is different for Star Wars. Like, this is real, like, aggressive, and like, or we're just like, it's just dark. It's real dark. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, like for a Star Wars. And I go, oh, you think this is still Ahsoka? I was like, you fucking fell asleep. This is a whole different show.
Something like that happened this past week.
So she was like, and so the funny thing is I bring it up, and I wish T was here because I know he had watched Silo, but she was just like, oh, you're gonna fucking roast me on the podcast now.
You know your man very well.
Yes, I was like, oh, I am gonna bring it up. I was like, I'm definitely gonna bring it up. But she wasn't wrong though. It's like, so if you do love the sort of Star Wars aesthetic, watch this. It's on Apple TV. It's well done. It's really well done. I really, really enjoyed it. The fucking plot twist at the end was like, oh shit. And it leads nicely to, hopefully there'll be a season 2. But I highly recommend watching that show.
Silo, you said, right?
Yeah, Silo.
And what is it on?
Apple TV.
Okay, I think I have Apple TV, so I can watch that.
Yeah, no, watch it. And I think it's only maybe 8 episodes, 10 episodes, but they're good watches. And it's got a lot of like twists and turns. Like some things where you think like, oh, it's obvious it's this, but then you think like, wait, maybe it's not. And then so it plays really well. What have you been watching?
You know what? I'll talk. Well, I'll talk some movies I've been watching. Like so I was watching stuff for Decade of Horror.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. Have you seen it before, or was this just like a rewatch?
I saw it when I was really young, and I watched it, and I thought it was scary when I was young, of course.
Yeah.
Watching it now, it does not hold up. It is like bad.
You're like,
this
ain't the same.
Yeah, it's not scary, which is fine because it's really campy and fun in that way. But there are certain parts of the scene that I didn't notice happens in the movie. Like, what the hell? Like, there's a scene. Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie, a 40-year-old movie. I was talking about with Donnie on I think we talked about on Nintendo Shack but it doesn't matter. I was like, there's a scene in the movie where Leatherface is chasing after the girl, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the famous scene everybody knows where he chases after the girl. A truck driver pulls up in this big truck, right?
Yes.
He gets out the truck. Leatherface chases after the girl and the truck driver.
Yeah.
Another truck driver comes up. Leatherface, the girl gets in the other truck, leaves. You see Leatherface with the chainsaw yelling and screaming, but the original truck driver nowhere to be found.
Yes.
They don't reference him ever again. You don't see him. It's like he just walked off set and never showed. Like, what the fuck happened?
He's like, listen, you paid me for 7 minutes, not 8. I'm fucking out of here.
He just left the scene.
Yeah.
It's
but
so
at the
weird.
Same time, it is realistic. Like, you see a motherfucker with a chainsaw, you thought you were going to help out, and then it's like, nope, I'm out of here.
Left his truck and everything. It's like the weirdest out of place scene. I'm like, oh, I guess that happened.
All right, Gavin's dying because he ate ramen that was too hot. I think this happened before too. I think he got mad at ramen. Are you feeling okay? Okay.
Did he quit ramen? He's like, this is it? No more ramen?
This fool said now he's going to sit outside and eat his ramen. I don't understand, man. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by my son saying he literally came outside, doubled over, and said, "I almost died." And then I said, "How?"
From ramen?
And he said, "Eating ramen."
Boy, oh boy.
Oh boy.
These kids.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Anyways, all right, let's start landing this plane because I'm gonna have to watch this guy, see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Any music? What you been listening to? What have you been spinning?
Magic 3, Nas.
Okay.
Fantastic album, man. Hit Boy and Nas make magic together, and I think no pun intended, but they make magic together, and I think that I love that this run 6 albums.
Yeah. Wow.
Like what, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like 2-3 years, 6 albums in 2-3 years, and all the albums are great.
Yeah, I like that it one, it still shows that there's a home for like classic hip hop.
Yes.
And 2, that the veterans can still do it.
Yeah, I love that it's changed. It's completely changed the narrative on Nas.
Yeah.
Like, there was always people who thought Nas was like one of the greatest rappers of all time at various degrees and levels of it. But they always kind of said the thing like, he's great, but after Illmatic, what did he really do?
Yeah, there was always a but. Yeah,
but like, they were like, now people are like, no, Nas is up there. Like, it's like, now people are really having conversations like, which I've never seen before. So me being a Nas, no, this is like seeing like your favorite team that everybody counts out, and you finally see them at the Super Bowl. Like, nah,
Yeah.
now people are talking like Nas, like, no, he's one of the greatest, and it's not like he's like it's Jay-Z and Nas.
Yeah.
Well, people were saying with Jay-Z and Nas before, people were kind of like, oh, but Nas doesn't have the catalog.
Yeah.
Now
it was only for debate,
Yes.
just one versus the other, where it's like not respecting that both are greats.
Great. Now people are respecting both are great. And now the thing that people kind of like knock Nas for, because they were like, we didn't like Nostradamus. Nas had a couple of albums we didn't really like. Now it's like, no, Jay-Z and Nas are on that same level.
Yeah. And the thing is
indisputable.
Like, someone can have albums you don't like, or there's always going to be, I wouldn't say flops, but maybe just not as complete,
Yes.
Whereas like he like you said, he's really been on a stride. And and as I was saying, like I love that it's still allowing for like respect to the older generations instead of just like, oh, it's hot because it's the new TikTok trend. Like, oh, so now back that thing up's popular again. It's like, no, this is new shit. This is new music. Like, people are hyped off of it. So
yeah, and another cool thing I like about it is the fact that Nas brought in this generation.
Mhm.
Like each album had someone from the modern generation, and not necessarily saying it had a lot of features and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we got like ASAP Rocky on a song. We got Nas and Lil Wayne together, which is crazy to think of. Nas and 50 Cent. Then you got Nas and Eminem. Like all the stuff that you want to hear Nas with, people you want to hear Nas with before that you never really got, you got on this album.
And
Nas
then it shows too that he has the sort of
range.
He has the range, but he's also got the established like reputation to be like, oh no, but I can ask these people.
Yeah.
Whereas like I think it was Mike or Otis was talking about it on their show, where it was like sometimes it's like you get these older rappers that want to do songs with new people, but do the new people music to show that they're still cool. And it's like, nah, do your shit and have them come and join you instead of the other way around. Because it's like, ain't nobody want fucking Nas to start having Migos flow. Nobody asked for that, So it's like to do it the other way around is really cool. And then on my end, kind of just been like really into like super like chaotic sounds or like just random shit. Like lately, I guess the biggest thing I've been listening to lately too is a lot of like Latin, like Spanish goth music. So like one band in particular,
that sounds dope.
Is there's this band called Plomo, spelled Plomo, and they're out of like New Orleans, and they got a little EP out. That fucking EP, I've been listening to it like a ton. It's really, really good. All the lyrics are in Spanish, but it's really like super well done. And it was one of those things where like I started listening to them like last Thursday and checked their Instagram, and they had just done a show in Long Beach on Wednesday. So I had just missed them by like a day. I was like, fuck, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have learned about them on Monday. I would have seen them on Wednesday, So it was but it was cool. It was I really enjoyed them. And then a band from like the 90s who have still continued to put out albums, The Breeders. Like they were big in the like grunge era. Their album Last Splash just turned 30. And so my vinyl version came out, which is like, I think it's 3 albums, 2 of them clear, 1 of them red, and just super excited to get that in and listen to it. So that's kind of been my music on my end and stuff like that. But I think it's time to shut it down for the evening. I gotta go walk these dogs. My family just came home. Gavin, so far,
check on
like
Gavin.
he's surviving off of his ramen, so I think he's all right. But so yeah, hopefully we'll have tea on next month, and then I'm glad you were able to join me tonight, though, Delvin.
Yeah, man, that's great.
For all the listeners, hopefully we'll be doing a So Tell Me this week, so you should be getting that sometime soon. But for Delvin, I'm Chaufie. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
What you say, Grandma? What you say, Grandma? What you say, Grandma? What you say, Grandma? Mama. Mama.
What?
What you say, Grandma? What you say?
Grandma's not here.